Have you ever been in an intense cobblemon battle and you really need to know what ability your Pokemon has, but you totally forgot which one this is? Well, no worries. All you have to do is press R by default, which will give you the ability to move around while in battle. From here, you can press M by default to bring up your Pokemon summary, and as you can see there, this Urshifu has Supreme Overlord. I should have saved him for last. And you can see everything else you might need to see here. This is just one of the super useful tips I have for you guys today, and these tips are easily overlooked. So while you probably know some of them, I bet you don't know them all. So let me know how many of these you actually knew in the comments below. Like, did you know? So water Pokemon don't drown in water. That's a cool, unique trait for water Pokemon, but it turns out that fire Pokemon have a unique trait as well. Let me spawn, let's say, an Absol. There you can see it's dying on the magma block. Fire, lava, anything like that will kill any Pokemon except for fire Pokemon. Fire Pokemon do not care about lava or magma or anything like that. And that's cool and all, but how is this useful? Well, you can see here I've created a little bit of a spawning platform in a desert. This platform is nothing special, it's just one layer of dirt, and I put a glass ring around it just so things couldn't spawn on the outside. Now, if you were to say, fill this platform with lava, you'll see all the Pokemon that spawn in here will burn up. Yep, everything spawning will burn instantly, except for fire Pokemon. This Magcargo just spawned here. There's another one down there. This is a fire filter. It makes it super easy for you to catch so many of your fire Pokemon, which can be kind of rare in a lot of situations. So be sure to use a fire filter if you're after a fire Pokemon. You know what I mean. Maybe you're having a tough time battling a Pokemon to try and catch it. Well, you can also throw your Pokeballs and catch them outside of battle. They seem to have pretty much the same catch rate, so you probably won't catch them on your first try if you're trying to catch an Eternatus, but it's definitely doable, a nice easy way to catch Pokemon. So you don't always have to worry about battling your Pokemon down to a sliver, putting it to sleep, and then trying to catch it. You can just throw your balls outside of battle and have a pretty solid chance of catching it without even battling. Here's a really useful tool. If you go to your PC, like your real life PC, and open up a web browser, well, going to the real internet, if I were to type cobblemon.tools, press enter, you can see I go to the cobblemon.tools website. This site is amazing and easily overlooked. Now, you have all the info you could want here for Cobblemon, but what's really important is up here under Pokedex. You can see we got moves, shows all the moves in the game, all the info you need to know about the move. You can check out abilities, all the abilities in the game and what they do. But most importantly, you can check Pokemon. All these Pokemon here are in the game, and if you click on one, you can see where it spawns. This is huge. You can use this website to track down any Pokemon you want and find out where they spawn in the game, and all the other important info about that Pokemon, which is super helpful. Have you ever noticed how little info shows in your battle log down here? Sure, you can scroll up, but there's just not a lot of room. Well, it turns out if you click this little shaded area down here in the bottom corner, boom, you get a bigger log window. Definitely the way to go. You can see way more interactions with this screen. Definitely a must click in battle. Is your PC a mess? You have so many Pokemon that it fills up box after box after box. You gotta scroll so far to get to the newest ones caught. Well, most people know this, but it is really easily overlooked. When you're on box 1, you can just press this button there and go back to box 40 or 30 or 20, whichever your last box is. This makes it a lot quicker to deal with getting your Pokemon in and out. Personally, I like to use box 40 for my most important Pokemon. Did you know at nighttime you can find Pokemon sleeping? That's right, a lot of Pokemon go to bed at nighttime. And if you're careful, you can walk up to them spamming the attack button, and you can see my Pokemon has now initiated a battle, and this Sandshrew is still asleep. What a nice way to get the jump on a Pokemon. Whether you just want an easy battle or an easy catch, this is a nice trick for that. Do you love to build farms in Minecraft and you want to farm some animals, but you only got Pokemon, let's say? Well, some Pokemon do work as Minecraft farms. For instance, Wooloo and Dublu. they can be dyed. Yep, you can dye them any color you want, and then you can even shear them and get all that sweet, sweet wool from them, and you're left with some pretty cool looking Pokemon. You also have the Mareep. Mareeps can't be dyed, that doesn't work, but you can still shear them for white wool. Super handy. This also works for Miltanks and Mooshtanks. Take an empty bucket and you can milk them for all the milk you ever wanted. And while it does work on Mooshtanks as well, unfortunately, brown Mooshtanks won't give you chocolate milk. But you still get milk, so still super handy. With Cobblemon 1.6, the Pokédex was added and it is a great addition. Now, a lot of people know this part, but did you know you could right-click on it and you get a little reticle and you can scan Pokemon? And if you find one you haven't scanned yet, you can see it scans the Pokemon and gives you the information. Now that's handy and all, but there's another trick with this that a lot of people overlook. Say the Pokemon's a little further away. You hold down right click and nothing's happening. Well, you can use your mouse wheel to scroll in and get that info. Super handy. Plus it feels a little bit like Pokemon Snap, so that just brings it to another level. There's a whole lot of useful held items in Pokemon, but there's a couple secret held items that not a lot of people know about. And that's because they're regular Minecraft items. First you have the Snowball. Yep, regular Minecraft Snowball. You can give this to a Pokemon as a held item, and if it gets hit by an Ice-type move, it will consume the Snowball and boost your attack by 1 stage. And then you also have your common Minecraft Bone. Yep, you give this bone to a Cubone, a Marowak, or an Alolan Marowak, and it will double its attack stat. That's right, pretty crazy, but super useful and a nice, easy held item to get for the right mons. Well, there's 10 super useful tips for Cobblemon for you guys. I hope you found something that you didn't know. If there was anything you didn't know, let me know in the comments. I'd like to see what knowledge is really slipping through the cracks. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.